Welcome back from the Brockville Model Aeronautics Club. I'm talking with Claude Melbourne. We're going to find out more about this club, and they have quite a long history. So let's talk with Claude and find out more. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
So when was this club formed?
It's actually one of the oldest clubs in Canada, 1938.
Wow. My heavens. And it's survived since then?
It survived then. It was actually started as an offshoot of the Brockville Rotary Club. They provided a space for the Brockville Model Club to build model airplanes and so on. So we actually owe our roots to them, and it continues on.
And I understand, too, that you also, you're nonprofit,
yep.
But you do have some fundraisers and whatnot, or whatever you do to collect money. You choose, every year you choose a different charity that you give money to?
Every year we choose a different charity. There's several different ones we've worked with. We've worked with the Brockville Food Bank. Mm-hmm. We've worked with the Cancer Society. We've worked with different youth groups. This year we're working with the Shriners Children's Hospital.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's nice. That is really nice. Now, are we talking the one in Montreal?
Yes, we are.
Have you been to the one in Montreal?
I have not, but I know people who have.
You will have to take your group and go. So let's get back to what we're talking about here, the flying, the airplanes. So where are you located?
We are located on 1 Melbourne Lane in Augusta Township, which is just off of Lords Mills Road. It's about halfway between Prescott and Brockville.
Now, wait a minute. Your last name is Melbourne. Is this on your property?
It is.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense now. Do you actually have an airstrip?
We do.
Okay. All right. I can't get over that you actually have an airstrip. How many members do you have in there?
Right now we have about 35 members.
35 members. Yep. So it goes up and down like any organization, right? Yep. Now, are these just planes or is there other?
We have planes, helicopters, quadcopters, different things, different times, but mostly airplanes.
Size. Tell me what the size of these are.
They range from little guys that you can almost fly in your house to planes that have a 10-foot wingspan and more horsepower than your lawnmower.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa. I mean, this is quite an organization that how'd you get into this? How did you end up flying?
Years ago, when I was a little kid, I would say I think it was 9 or 10 years old. My parents bought me my first Cox control line airplane for Christmas, and it's been going ever since.
Oh my heavens! So, like any models, is there? I guess is there training that is given to newbies that sign up as a member? You must.
Most definitely. We have a very detailed training program, and we teach kids from 9 to 90.
9 to 90.
Yeah. We have, I think our oldest member is 93 or 94, and our youngest member is 8.
Wow. So is there a certificate, or do they have to have a license to do this? Like, what do you need to do this?
There are certificates that you'll get your wing certificate once you pass the courses through the club.
All right.
And then you're going to, there's another course, an RPAS certificate that you need through Transport Canada, which is an online test that you get.
All righty. So there is training to this. You cannot just call you up and say, hey, I got a plane, I'm coming out and I want to use your airstrip.
Most definitely not.
No.
We belong to MAC, which is Model Aeronautics Association of Canada.
Yes.
And they work with Transport Canada on our behalf and protect the airways and so on for us.
Yes.
But one of the key features that they offer is liability insurance as well.
Okay.
Because even the best pilots, sometimes things don't go as planned. It's like driving your car. But we have insurance for it, the whole 9 yards.
What is your advice to someone who has been building model airplanes, helicopters, whatever, and they decide, you know what, maybe I like one that is large and it's a remote? What would you say to them?
Get a hold of somebody at the club. To go on to the Brockville Model Aeronautics Club webpage and contact one of the individuals there, and we'll get you started in the right direction.
Why?
Because it can be an expensive hobby.
Okay.
If you go down the wrong path too soon. a lot of people want to start with the big Warbird type thing.
Well,
the Spitfire
yeah.
looks, it's a really cool
Yeah,
airplane.
exactly.
But most people really need to start with a trainer.
Okay.
Something that's a little more forgiving, learn how to fly before you jump into the race car.
All right. Yeah, it's like the gradually learning how to drive a car.
Exactly.
Do you have competitions?
Most definitely.
Okay.
And most of them are fun competitions.
Are they?
Okay, so silly things. But we do have serious competitions as well, and they happen all over Canada. Okay, scale aerobatic performance flying. Okay, so
right.
you're trying to mimic maneuvers of full-scale aerobatic flying, and they're very competitive. Very competitive.
So does your organization travel then to some of these?
Oh, most definitely.
You do?
Yep.
How many would there be within a year?
Oh, right now the events are probably competitive events.
Yes.
I'm going to say in Ontario we're probably down to half a dozen a year.
Okay, well that's still, and do the members like you, each of you, train to do different things?
Most definitely. Because not some guys are into scale aerobatics. Other
Okay.
people are into glider tow competitions.
All
Okay,
right.
so that's a whole different mindset.
Yes.
There's also control line competitions. There's scale building competitions. So yeah, there's lots to choose from.
It's really, really quite. It's not. I thought it was just a small little airplane. Okay, it's not. It's not. Do you welcome people to come out and watch?
Most definitely.
When do you meet at
We normally,
Melbourne?
as a club, we normally get together every other Wednesday evening.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
depending
we
on
normally,
weather.
depending on weather, we normally have a barbecue and stuff like that. So it's not a competition at that point.
Yes.
But we get people who drop in and are curious about it. And
Yes.
we try to explain it to them, and if they are interested, we'll let them sign up and get them started.
Or they come a few more times just to make
Yep.
sure that there is something that they want to try
Yep.
before they put
The
their
nice
money
thing
out
is that we
there.
normally give them the opportunity to try. We have what they call a buddy box system,
Yes.
where we can get them up in the air and give them control of the airplane while we still have control. So
Oh.
if something goes wrong, we can
All right.
recover the airplane. So it's a good introductory flight.
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
What is this poster that you have here?
This one right here is we have an event coming up on August 5th and 6th that
Mm-hmm.
we're raising money for the Shriners Children's Hospital.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a poster that was put out to all the members,
Mm-hmm.
okay, to promote the event to the members. And in the Ottawa Valley, I believe we have 800 and some members. So it's, and we'll probably have a good share of them show up at our event in a couple of weeks, and
What do you do
have
with
fun together and raise some money for a good worthy
good
charity.
cause? So how many you have to plan the day, right?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, and which takes time. And do you have any idea how many people will be coming? Do people indicate to you that I want to participate in
Most
this
definitely.
category?
Most definitely. We know we have a good feeling on the numbers ahead of time.
Yes.
But we've in the past we've had anywhere from, I'm going to say 100 to 1,000 show up at these events. Okay. We used to run it out at one of the airports.
Yes,
And
yes.
that was a big public draw.
Right.
Okay. But unfortunately, that avenue has been closed to us.
Yes.
But it's as a 2-day event.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so they can go anywhere.
What time in the morning does this usually start?
We normally start around 9:30.
And the whole day?
All day long, even at night. There's night flying as well.
There's night flying.
Yeah, airplanes are all lit up, which is pretty impressive to see.
I would think it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, so there's rules and regulations that have to be followed.
Most
with people
definitely,
do.
we have our local club rules.
Mm-hmm.
We have MAX rules, which is Canadian-wide.
Yes.
And we also have some rules through Transport Canada.
So if someone is interested either in coming out to this to find out if it's a feel for them and or there's another person that's out there listening to this and they think, yes, I used to do this, but I don't anymore. Maybe I'll get back into it. What do they do?
My recommendation would be going to our website,
Okay.
Brockville Model Aeronautics Club.ca or BMACLUB.ca.
Yes.
And reaching out to one of the contacts there
Okay.
and get connected with somebody.
My heavens, I thank you for coming in today, because I didn't even realize that this existed, number one. And number two, it's so close by. And wow, 800 people. I still can't get over that. Awesome. So thank you for coming in, sitting
You're
down
very
with me
welcome.
and telling us about this club.